Hey, good day, good day, good day, good day, everyone. It's Ronco Johnson, your lifestyle focused wealth coach. Guess what? We're here. It's Lifestyle Focus Friday. Thank you guys for joining. This is When the Lights Go Out. Are you ready? Today's episode, we're going to be talking about the family banking system and why you need to have one and why you might just be considering, hey, I want to have a little bit more control. Maybe my legacy needs to be a little bit more secure. And I can start having these educational topics with my kids earlier and get them more, what is the word that we're looking for? Secure in the idea of handling money and finance. And it becomes second nature. You're going to find these necessary steps on the inside. And I am looking forward to talking to you right there. And we're going to find out these tips that you can help you evolve and help the family and friends in the business you want have their own family banking system. That's what's next on When the Lights Go Out. Are you ready? I'll see you on the inside. Hey, good day, good day, good day, everyone. It's Ronco Johnson, your lifestyle focused wealth coach. How's everybody doing today? Thank you guys for joining us. Man, I tell you, it's been another week, and it seems like I was just here yesterday. And today we're going to be talking about the family banking system. And we're going to be talking about why you want to have one. What are the pain points that everybody has when it comes down to money and understanding, why do I need this? Why do I hear it? But why is that important to me? And then we're going to talk about how you can find out more details at our upcoming coaching seminar that we can talk to you about in our breakout sessions and let you get deeper and deeper and deeper into it. And then hopefully we're able to help you start building, start thinking about things a little bit more progressively. Because, hey, let's be honest, in the world of AI, we have to be able to move just as fast as the information is getting received, right? So we want to take advantage of these things. But first, before we get started, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for coming back. This is When the Lights Go Out. Are you ready? And, we talk about things and what millionaires and billionaires do. That's what we talk about here. And we frame it around a lights out moment that you have the ability to change. And this is what we want to talk about. This is what we're talking about every other week. Every week, every other week, right? Every week, every Friday, right here on Friday, 1 o'clock, we're having these discussions. And if it wasn't for you, man, I tell you, if it wasn't for you being here, things just wouldn't be the same. So for the cost of admission today, do me a favor. If you gotta do anything today, and you want to make comments, please put the words takeaways in the beginning. Why? Because this helps us identify who's listening, what you're listening to, what you're really interested in, and what points of our program you're taking away. We really want to know that because that's important, because you're family. And we know that if you're taking away this information and it's serving you well, you're teaching other people. And we're helping so many people offline. I'm telling you, it's amazing how many of you are just gathering this information and it's getting more. The questions that you're asking me offline are more and more in depth, and I'm loving it. That means that you're paying attention. And the more you pay attention, the more I want to give you. So do me a favor, before we get started, the cost of admission is simply this. Go ahead and smash that like button right below. Hit that subscribe button and get locked in. Tell your family and friends to get locked in because we want to be able to share with someone who needs this information. We want to give them a wake-up call towards wealth. And then ask them to hit that notification bell below. It's really simple. When you hit the notification bell, you get all of our upcoming information. You're never going to miss a drop of the wisdom that we're putting down for you. I'm telling you. And you want to be here for that. I know I want to be here for that. right? So we don't want to miss. We don't want to miss this content because I'm actually giving you the blueprint. And that's what we do right here. When the lights go out, are you ready? So let's dive right on into it. And I want to make sure that you, at the end of our message today, sign up for our bi-weekly email. It contains a lot of good stuff and it's free to you. Everything from art, travel, recipes, and much, much more. So I want you to be able to do that. I want you to be able to do that effectively. And then think about joining our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community as well. Because when we think about our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community, I'm telling you, there are people here that are really, really putting their focus on their family's finances. And they want to get ahead. And that's the key, right? If I can just help one family, just one, get further ahead, I've done more than my job. And it's having conversations like this with people like you that make it fun. Who said it had to be boring, right? Who says it has to be boring? It's never boring right here. So do me a favor. It's only $16 a month. Sign up, join, so you can be around people just like you that have the same state of mind as you do. So I think what's happening as we're starting to talk more and more about the room that you're in, I think we're beginning to realize more and more that the room that you're in has tremendous value. It has tremendous value. And, over the weekend, let me just dive into a couple of things before we get into it. Over the last weeks, I've been diving into my mastermind classes and courses. And yes, I have coaches too. I have coaches as well. And I can tell you, the growth that happens when you're in a community of people thinking like you, thinking progressively, wanting to grow their business, new ideas, ways of frame what your target audience is all about, and how to come back to you and give you the information that you deserve. It's so important. It's so important because you may be thinking that you're getting the details across, and you might just be missing the button just by a little bit. So, I want to just tap into it right quick. Someone asked me over the weekend. They asked me the question, when the lights go out, are you ready? And I asked them very easily. I said, hey, you know what? Do me a favor. I don't like to talk about myself much, but I asked them, use your AI tool and pull it up and see what it tells you. And the interesting thing is, educating people on how to use AI while talking about financial services and strategies and all those things. It sounds like it's several different things, but actually we tie it into one unique little blend that makes it easy for people to understand and to get information immediately. And then on top of it, we empower you, our clients, our friends, our community. We're empowering you to get the answer. Stop for a second. There's nothing that you don't already know. There's nothing that you don't already know or don't have access to. If you're using these tools, these AI tools, they can help you get the answer. And a lot of times, we're looking for someone else to provide that answer to us when we have it at our fingertips. So you got to stop and ask yourself, what is the problem or what is the solution that we're trying to solve? What's the question that I have in mind? Whatever that question is, now I need to put it into my ChatGPT, my Gemini, my Claude, or even Copilot. I need to put that information in there and then make sure I prompt it well enough to give me an answer that is great. That is down the pipeline of what I'm looking for. And guess what? You need to ask it for 3 options. If you ask for 3 options, I'm telling you, it's going to come back with 3 options to your question immediately. You don't have to wait for a phone call to come back to you. You don't have to wait for someone to check the email. You don't even have to wait for, the family to get together and talk to dad about it. You can always go right there and get this information. Ask for 3 options and then choose one of those options and move along. And the reason why I'm bringing that up today is because this topic today is one of those questions that you're going to be able to pull up. It's one of those things that you're going to be able to pull up. No more myths. No more myths. We're talking about family banking today. And however you want to put it, the insurance industry has known this for decades, hundreds of years even, that the family banking system really is up to you and how you want to grow your family. But most people don't see the insurance industry as a way or a conduit to have in their family banking system. So we're going to be talking about what the lights out moment is for most Americans. And this is definitely one of them. Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you agree? So, because most Americans aren't just, they just don't have the knowledge. They don't have the knowledge. Not because they don't work hard at it, because the system that we're talking about was never designed for them to win in the first place. And I think what's happening is we start to figure this out as we grow and as we're looking at things that's happening in the world right now. That's why I created the family banking coaching session. That way we can just kind of flip the script on what we think we should be doing and what we really should be doing. What we believe is the right way and what we absolutely know is the right way. There's a difference between believing and a difference between knowing and believing. And, we want to make sure that we hit these pain points that Americans are dealing with, these problems every single day. We really are. We're really dealing with these family banking issues or these family pain points that everybody has. It doesn't matter what gender. It doesn't matter what race. We're all having these issues. And guess what? When the gas prices go up, we're feeling the pinch. When the eggs go up, we're feeling the pinch. When the interest rates on your houses and mortgages go up, we're feeling the pinch. And when we have college plans and we want our kids to go off to the best universities and they come back with an increased value of what we need to pay, we're feeling the pinch. Only to graduate and not get more money. Only to get a master's degree and still can't get a job. Now you have experience that might be phased out because the world of AI is not about taking over. The job source is going to be for those who have learned how to interact with it and learn how to prompt it to do the jobs that are once available to people. That's right. It's going to become the part of the steering wheel. It's going to be the steering wheel to life. And I think everybody's catching on to it. And it's moving so fast, it's crazy. But going back to this, when we talk about the family banking system that I think I want to touch on, we're talking about crushing debt. Because when we're talking about crushing debt, I think that's the first thing that comes to Americans is that, wow, I want to be out of debt. I really need to be out of debt. I'm trying to get my credit cards down, my student loans paid off. These are all problems that all of us Americans are having. Access to cash is not one of those things that everybody has. And everybody needs it. Where do you go? It's a lights out moment if you haven't thought about it. It's a lights out moment if you haven't thought about it at all. So why is this topic important to us? Because we have a solution. Our family banking provides liquidity. It gives you control. It gives you all those things. You can actually borrow against it in your own policy and not have to go to a bank. We're going to be talking about that. We really want to talk about this more and more. Why? Because it's becoming evident. With the shutdown happening in America, we're going to have to be able to have access to your own capital. You're going to have to be able to make some decisions for yourself. You may even have to start a business that you control. One of the big things that I like to talk about is retirement uncertainty right now. Because this is a pain point for everyone, especially when you're thinking about the folks that have just been laid off. I mean, we're in government shutdown at this point. There are people who don't even know if they're going to go back to work tomorrow. And there's seemingly no care in the world in the office. It's almost like they want the world to be shut down. Almost like the government shuts down, that way people can run amok and do what they want to do. But this is not that type of show. But it is a lights out moment for everyone involved that didn't see it coming. When the lights go out, the question is, are you ready for it? And what's starting to happen that I'm beginning to see is people are starting to screaming, hey, you're hurting me too. I was on this side, but now it's hurting me too. My kids got to go to college too. I need my 401k also. So when we're talking about retirement and uncertainty, the problem is 401ks and IRAs are all tied to Wall Street's volatility. People are fearing outliving their money. And that's easy to do when you really think about it, because the cost of everything is so high. And once you run out of money, if you didn't do the right things, it's gone. It's gone. So people are fearing outliving their money. Because if I got to live another 20 years and I'm older and I'm phased out of a career, where am I supposed to go? Well, we got a solution for you. We got a solution that we want to talk about. Maybe, just maybe, that thing that you've been running from all your life called whole life insurance. Yes, I said it. Whole life insurance. It creates predictable, tax-free income streams that don't vanish because the market crashes. No, I'm not talking about any of those other products, and I know that they exist, and they do serve a different process. They do. They do. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about everyday Americans. We're talking about everyday Americans that have this simple answer. Is just simple as this. Protect you, protect your family. Put the mask over yourself first. Hey, you need oxygen. You need to breathe. You need to breathe. When the lights go out, you need to be ready. You got to save yourself, folks. We got to start thinking about saving ourselves before we can save everybody else. And something as simple as taking care of our family legacy is right under your nose. And this item, this financial feature, this I like to call it our Swiss Army knife of the world of finance. It's right under your nose, and you haven't seen it. You haven't seen it because the words life insurance, you associate it with someone dying and transferring money to someone else. But you haven't thought about what the word life means. It means living. And if we focus on the words living, what does that mean to you? I think that's the hottest thing ever. I think that's when we start transitioning and we start figuring out that, wait a minute, my perception of this thing called life insurance or this family banking system or infinite banking or all these different tools, my perception was wrong. The perception was ideally wrong. Because here's another problem that it solves. The tax burden. Because everybody out here in the world, if you're a high income earner, you listen up. Because if you're a high income earner, an entrepreneur, man, I tell you now, I have conversations with entrepreneurs all the time that lose massive amounts of wealth in taxes. every single year. Every single year. We have a solution for that. It's called family banking. It's called family banking. Because we leverage what the IRS has approved us to talk about. And these strategies, such as a Section 7702 or Section 162 or Section 168, these are Internal Revenue Code codes that are written into our code. So that I'm giving you the number, I just want to give it to you because I think what's happening is the gatekeeping days are all over. And the people who are going to succeed in this world are the ones who believe in that rule of reciprocity. You got to want other people to succeed before you succeed yourself. If you want other people around you to be healthy, then you need to go out and help other people be healthier. Make smarter decisions. And guess what will happen with you? You will be happier. You will be healthier. You know what they say about being in the right room? If you're in a room and your 5 friends don't have any money, chances are you're going to be number 6. But if you just simply walk out of that room and open the door and go into another room where those people are wealth-minded, they're progressive, they're future thinking, they're forward thinking, abundant minded people. And you have 5 friends like that, you're going to be the 6th one. See, if you're not thinking this way, you're having a lights out moment. Just these little details are the things that we're going to be talking about in our coaching sessions. These are the reasons why you're going to want to sign up. These are the reasons why you're going to want this information, because you're going to want to know, am I in the wrong room, or do I need to be in a better room, in a bigger room with a bigger vision? Am I going to be able to use these tools more effectively rather than just using these AI tools as a browser to look stuff up like I did in Google yesterday? Why would I look at Google when I can look at something that can give me a conversation and an answer and a solution all in the same moment, and then allow me to make something out of it? Within 15 minutes, I can start a business that can bring me millions of dollars. If you're doing it the old way, you're having a lights out moment. Number 4 reason I want to talk to you about today, I'm just blowing right through it because I just had to get a lot off my mind, and I want to make sure we use this time. Important time is the number one thing that we have, and we're trying to save you time. I'm tying money and AI together. That way you can see where they actually intersect. They hold hands, they walk in parity. Because my whole goal with money and giving you these top secrets is to save you time. What are you waiting on? Your legacy matters. But guess what? You're not going to be able to go to the store and buy your legacy. You're going to have to intentionally sit down with someone to help you build it. And when you go get the information from an expert, it's saving you time from having to try to figure it out. Same thing as AI. We have tools that we've put in place, and I'm sure that we're probably one of the first firms that ever leverage it. But there's many people leveraging it but don't know completely how to use it. But how we save you time, we can build instruments in place to start talking about effective ways to minimize this generational wealth gap that we have, especially if your family's of color right now. Black, brown. When we're talking about women, if you're in the underserved communities, you're always locked out. No more do we want to lock you out. These legacy building tools are not designed for that. It's designed to get you on board. It's to lock arm in arm with you to give you the empowerment that you deserve, democratizing the wealth that you deserve. I think think it's ironic that only the wealthy want more money when given every family I know about deserves a system that can be passed down to their heirs from generation to generation with no debt. If you're holding this debt and you don't know how to use debt properly, I think that's another shift when we're talking about a lights out moment. Because again, a lot of us are thinking we don't want debt when the wealthy look at debt as a leveraging tool. You use debt simply to buy more assets, not liabilities. See, we've always talked about how you make your money work for you when you're sleeping, how you make money work harder than you do. But we never really get down to really what we're saying and what we detail that out to be. But you know what's at the root of that conversation? Whole life insurance. The right type, the right design. And not every whole life policy is designed the right way, the same way. And not every company is designed to handle what I'm saying. But there are some very, very specific details, the secret sauce to those details, that you need to sit down with experts like myself, like our lifestyle focused family, like our team at Ronco Johnson and Associates, and these advisors that are coming to our workshops and getting our coaching, and they're part of our lifestyle focused planning network. They have the answer. See, the room is full of people who can answer your question. It's full of people that can answer your question. The question is, are you in the room? Because if you're not in the room, you're not getting the answer. And no, it's not the answer to all your problems. It's just the foundation, the platform that you can leap from without risking your principal that you've worked hard for. Why is that so hard to understand? The banks understand it. Hey, you know what? Put it in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if you understand where I'm at today. Hey, my friends, I see you guys out there today. Thank you so much for joining us. We're talking about lights out moments. We're talking about the family banking system. We're talking about the construct that you need. Yes, I'm giving it to you. Why? Because if I give it to you now, you'll understand how much value is really going to be packed in this one-on-one session with us. Why you need to be in the room. When these tickets become available, they're going to sell out quickly because it's going to be very, very limited. Only for those people who have the progressive mindset to save themselves. All I can do is throw the life preserver out there in the water. I can't make you grab it. But for decades, 3 decades even, that's really what we've been doing. Hopefully you swim to the life vest. But you know what? Some people just keep missing the target. But we're beginning to see in America that financial illiteracy and mistrust is a big problem. Most Americans were never taught how money really works. That's why they don't trust financial institutions today. We got a solution for that. We got a solution for that. Because if you were the family banking system itself, if you were in control of the family banking system that you own, that you control, we're going to be able to teach you how to become your own banker. We're going to be able to teach you how to do this with clarity. We're going to be able to teach you how to do this in a way that only instills confidence in you, your family, your business relationships, and you can move on doing what you want to do, when you want to do it, with who you want to do it with, in a very significant way. You know, this is very simple. This is just a simple call of action. See, I'm not talking about going out and just buying policies, folks. That's not what I'm talking about. This is where I'm challenging you to activate this call And this call of mine is activating your legacy building right now. Because if you're ready to stop renting your future from Wall Street, it's really time to start owning your family bank. And we need to stop being so, don't get me going there. I'm going to be so unapologetic that it's just straightforward to the point. Because at this point in time, no one needs to be jerked around. We get enough of that on television. Give us a solution. One problem, 3 options. Pick one and move forward. And I'm telling you, every Friday, when you pick Lifestyle Focused Wealth, when you pick being part of this group and this podcast and around these people, you've definitely chosen the right room. You're going to think a little bit different. We're different, and I'm okay with that, because our intention is to help you build wealth without Wall Street. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that we're leaving Wall Street out. That just means we need to leverage our dollars before we get involved. Because as the puppet master manipulates the market, we need to make sure our hard-earned dollars are still there, that it still pays us a dividend. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you how that happens, right? We're going to be able to create visuals for you that talk about how your credit card bills can just go away. Your student loans can go away. But we're going to give you solutions that teach you how to borrow from your own banking system, your family banking system, not from a lender. Wouldn't you like that? Wouldn't you like that? Y'all let me know in the comments. Come on. Let me know in the comments. I just want to jump on over here and see what's going on today. Happy Friday, Sam. What's going on, buddy? I see you. Yes, I did. I just jumped right in. Good day, good day. Hey, Leela. Hey, look, I'm loving it. I have to tell you, I've had some great sessions with you this past week. I'm hopeful that things are going your way. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hey, Miss Henderson, what's going on? Milwaukee's in the house. Hey, listen, your coaching session was good too. I know. What's happening, Sandy? Happy Friday. I'm just going to reach out and say hello to everybody. Man, I tell you, there's so much going on that we got the blueprint. And some of our family that's in the chat already, they're beginning to see it, the bigger picture. And they're going out and making it part of their lifestyle by going out, again, using those laws of reciprocity. If they want to be successful, it's a must that you want and desire someone else to be successful. That's just part of your everyday. If you want something to eat, make sure someone else is eating. You know, that's where it really becomes just part of the conversation. You know, when we come back today, we're going to come back. And I really hit those points really fast because I want to go ahead and get right down to the nuts and bolts of what we're talking about. Your family. I think that's the best way to get to you. Because as I'm watching the news, when the lights go out, are you ready? And seeing families literally being ripped apart by loved ones being hauled off in vans by people that don't know. And it's okay when the military is being weaponized against civilian people in the streets and tear gas going on in the streets. Guys, you can't tell me. This is a lights out moment. And it's coming from our leaders. It's coming from people who are governed to protect us. but it feels like you're just being drained. It feels like you're buying into a system of chaos. And every once in a while, there's going to come a time when we're going to get fed up. You're going to get fed up. Or maybe somebody's going to be assaulted. They're going to assault the wrong one. Guess what you're going to need? You're going to need money to fight it. You're going to need money to keep your home, to pay your mortgage. You're going to need money for college tuition. You're going to need money to live your favorite lifestyle. But what is being disrupted unfairly just because someone's on some power trip? You have to stop and ask yourself, am I comfortable with that level of control? I know for me, I'm sure not. So when we return, we'll talk more about it. When the lights go out, are you ready? Hey, join our lifestyle-focused wealth community. Membership starting at $16 a month when you pay the annual subscription. So register online today at www.lifestylefocusedwealth.com. Hey, it's Ronco Johnson, your lifestyle-focused wealth coach. This is When the Lights Go Out. Are you ready? Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for hanging in there with us. You know, we've made some valid points. We've talked about some different things, the tax burdens. We've talked about the wealth gap. We've talked about, you know, the financial illiteracy in the United States. And I just want to make sure that we really focus on confused faces versus empowered coaching vision. Because, you know, we have to learn to become our own banking systems. We have to, because the family banking system is not all you're learning. It's who it's for. It's simply who it's for. It's for families. It's for advisors. It's for entrepreneurs. If you're one of all those things, we're talking to you. You need to reserve your seat. We need to reserve our seats. You need to ask more details about how you can get involved. Ask more details about how you can get involved and get involved immediately. Right? Why? Because it matters. It matters. It matters. You know, as I was thinking about it, my daughter's coming back in town today. And the one thing that I'm worried about is how she's going to get through the airport. That's not a concern that I normally usually think about, but because, you know, our government's been shut down. Air traffic controllers are not at work and all kinds of different things. It makes you think a little bit differently. You start thinking about things we shouldn't have to think about. And that's because you feel unsafe. That's because we feel not secure. That means you're moving with the anticipation of something happening that shouldn't. You're walking around with your head on a swivel for a lights out moment. But those are items that we can't control. Those are things that we don't control right now until we decide that, you know what? It's time to start thinking about how we can control those things. So it's time to start thinking about how we can bring some of these items back to our control. Because the moment you start thinking about that, I like the idea of understanding why I do what I do when I do it, when I want to do it. I like being outspoken about the things that are not in alignment with my values, the way I live, and the principles that I go by. I think it's highly important that our children and our children's children understand that you can go to your family and not be denied based on the color of your skin or your gender or your preference in who you're dating. I think America's outgrown that. But the system has kept you away from the answers for a very long time. And the answers are right up under your nose. But it takes someone so devious. It takes so many things to happen in this world that's so chaotic that we can't understand, that make people stop and think and say, man, wait a minute, I didn't see that. Until it hits your home. Once it starts hitting your home, then we start thinking a little bit differently. Who's coming to save you? In most cases, nobody. Nobody. That's why I say in our tagline, we don't sell policies. We're activating legacies. Activation is the key word. We're getting active. We're closing that wealth gap one person at a time. We're coaching about it. We're talking about it. We're educating the world about how to do this more effectively, how to leverage the tax code more effectively, why entrepreneurs are paying so much more in taxes that they don't necessarily have to, but just by simply leveraging the tax code that they can get all the business expenses written off. We're talking about this session. If you're paying more than 40, 50, 60, $100,000 in taxes, this conversation that we're having in this particular business is for you. If you think it's not worth the cost of admission, just look at how much you're already paying. And I guarantee you the answers to your question and the solution to your problem is much less than what you're already experiencing. That one I can guarantee. If you're still having a question, you're having a lights out moment. Time to wake up, America. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to get on board. And I love the fact that these young folks have figured out that AI is a way that you can get your family out of poverty. You can start a business tonight just by coding, just by asking your system one question, one issue that you're having. Just ask it one question. Prompt it one question. Ask it for 3 options. And then choose one of those options. And then that one option, then you just narrow it down. You start to find your options have infinite possibilities. And because we're all moving at the speed of AI, not only are we able to financially take care of this wealth gap, we're creating a world of entrepreneurs who own their work. So if we're able to increase your value, increase your revenue, increase your cash flow to your family's banking system, and we're able to give you the security, the leverage of your own family banking system, don't you see the power? This is what makes me so optimistic about today's economy, is because some people just decided that they wanted to destroy things and rip it down. It's forced others to look at new opportunities and build faster. Not wait for an answer, go get the answer, become the solution. Be innovative. And that's a wonderful thing to happen. I think that's so wonderful. When we come right back, we'll be talking about it more and more. We'll be talking about it more and more. Why? Because this is the stuff that you need. Hey, join our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community. Membership starting at $16 a month when you pay the annual subscription. So register online today at www.lifestylefocusedwealth.com. So bear with us here. When we're sitting here, we're talking about why your banking system is so important. I want to make sure you take away this information today. And make sure you got it. Because the more we start taking personal responsibility for our actions, the better off we'll be. And it doesn't take that much effort. It's just making sure that we decide that we've had enough. And when you had enough, you start solving the problem. And because we have tools today that allow us to get to that problem, to get to that answer much faster, much more effectively than ever before, we have the opportunity to grow immediately. And for me, that is our life's goal. Having the ability to have your own family banking system, taking control of your family's legacy, activating these tools that are out here that can help you grow wealth continuously while you're sleeping, and then using some old-fashioned tools that can give you payments, dividends, creating more things like a pension for yourself that is reliable. Stability matters. Oh, this is not a time for gloom and doom. This is a good time for those who take advantage of what's out here. Starting new enterprises, starting new businesses. So I'm talking to you guys, you entrepreneurs, you successful business people. Don't just get stuck waiting. Don't just get stuck. Get unstuck. Get active. Start putting these tools in place. Your family banking system is important. You need it from your business. Start using your revenues to grow your family bank. And then start putting these AI tools in place. That way you can start generating more revenue faster, more effectively, and more targeted towards the market you really, really want to work with. And you don't have to ask. You can activate. Hey, that's my time. I'm Ronco Johnson, your lifestyle focused wealth coach. Hopefully this has resonated with you today. If it has, do me a favor in the comments. Just do me a favor. Say, give me a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know that this is resonating with you. Let us know that this is information that you find helpful to you. Because we want to make sure this is powerful, impactful. Because it matters. You matter. And everything you need is in our room. I want to thank you so much for listening. Check out our podcast every Friday, 1 o'clock, right here. This is when the lights go out. Are you ready? And I look forward to seeing you next time at the top. God bless. Have a blessed weekend, and I'll see you very soon. See you around.